Hi, this is a Yesterday's Moose production. Today we're going to be comparing two different versions of Jungle Hunt for Super Mario Maker and Super Mario Maker 2. So let's go ahead and start with Super Mario Maker 1. Here we have Jungle Hunt Arcade Remix. Level code is 302300000290 1A. So let's go ahead and start with the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. Here we are in the first level. So you got swinging vines. You have the trees above. You see the green leaves there, and you got grass below. And you have vines, of course, which you swing back and forth on. The timing for these is critical, and once you get to the end, go ahead and jump into some water. There we go. So let's go to Super Mario Maker 1. Here we have the vines. Now this part is tricky because you have to press up on the vines. And of course you couldn't have any means of having them swing back and forth. So I just kind of left it like this. Originally they were spaced much further apart. And once you get to the end, you get a bonus 1-up, and then you can go down the pipe and enter level 2. So let's go back to Jungle Hunt the arcade. And you have to attack the crocodiles. Swim through the water and you use your knife to defeat them. You got these bubbles that force you to the surface, and if you swim up to the very top of the screen, you can't go above the water line. And then you jump out onto the ground and you go to the next level. So let's go back to Super Mario Maker 1. Once you go down the pipe, you immediately get a fire flower so that you can shoot at the enemies here. And I put some ice blocks over the top so that you can't swim above the top of the screen there. And I got those note blocks there to kind of simulate or recreate the bubbles that force you to the top. They don't really do a good job of that, but once again, have to work with what you're given. And naturally it's all underwater because there isn't any other way that you can do this in Super Mario Maker 1. Then once you get to the end, you go ahead and go up the pipe to the next part of the level. So let's go back to the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. And here we have the climbing section where you go up a hill and you have to dodge these rocks. So you got small rocks that you have to jump over, and then bouncing small rocks. And eventually you'll get big rocks. See, this level is pretty long, and it's relatively easy. So there we got a big bouncing rock, and you only get a couple of those, so they're kind of easy to deal with. You can duck in the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. So you get to the end, then you jump on this big rock, and hooray, you're done. So let's go back to Super Mario Maker 1. So I tried to recreate this. Bomb-bombs are supposed to be the small rocks that go along the ground. The bouncing chain chomps are supposed to be the small rocks that bounce. The big chain chomps are supposed to be the big rocks that bounce. Naturally, you can't have angular hills because there aren't any slopes. And then you get to the top and you get to a rock and you say hooray. So let's go to the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. You have the last part here where you have to jump over these tribesmen, natives, whatever they're supposed to be. And they kind of jab their spikes in the air, and you rescue your girlfriend. Hooray. So here we have what I did with Super Mario Maker 1. I put Hammer Brothers, and you save the princess. Hooray! So here we have the Super Mario Maker 2 Jungle Hunt Arcade. Code for that is G0G GTG36G. A lot of G's in that. So, reminder, here we have the Jungle Hunt Arcade version. Go across a couple vines. So let's go into Super Mario Maker 2. Now we have these swinging things, so we can recreate that a little bit more. I also have the semi-solid platforms at the top there. Kind of simulate the top of the leaves and also the pipes and whatnot. And once you get to the end, you go down to the pipe and take over in the second section. So let's go back to the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. Go ahead and kill some crocodiles with a knife. So hey, in Super Mario Maker 2, what do you know? You have Link, and he has a sword. So that is very much like the arcade. You also can recreate the water line. However, you can jump out of the water, and you also have these things. I don't know what they're called, but they recreate the bubbles that force you to the top, and it's very much like the arcade version of Jungle Hunt now. I'm actually quite happy with the way this turned out. Of course, I included some power-ups in case you lose your Link costume or power-up or whatever you want to call it. So the reason I put that fire flower there is to force the player out of the costume, out of Link, and make them a small Mario. So let's go ahead and remind everyone of the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. Go up the slope and you have the rocks and you jump over it. So now in Super Mario Maker 2, hey, you have these small things. Spike balls that you can jump over and chain chomps. And the reason why I didn't put giant chain chomps is it's actually hard to go over them or under them with these sloped hills. Kind of crazy that. But hey, you got the slope. You can go up a hill now. So once again, back to the arcade version of Jungle Hunt. And once again, we're going to go ahead and save our girlfriend. Hooray. Now back to Super Mario Maker 2. We got Hammer Brothers once again, but it's all in one screen, so you got a screen lock there. And hooray, that's the end. Congratulations, you win. And just for fun, I'll show the ending. That's the Super Mario Maker 1 version. Hooray, got some fireworks there. Showed the ending of Jungle Hunt again, fast forward it, and here's the end of Super Mario Maker 2 version. So that's pretty much it for a breakdown of both versions of Jungle Hunt. So thank you very much for watching. This has been a Yesterday Smooths production, and I'll see you next time!